Kadash Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yom Hadi Raki Rute Yom Lich Malchute.
V'chayechonu v'yomechon uchayetecho Beit Yisrael
Bagala Ubizman Karim Vimru. Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Me'omayam Yitbarach
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yishroma v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudsha b'rechu leila mikol b'chata v'shirata tushbechata nechemata damiran ve'alma v'imru. Amen.
Our individual Shabbat evening Amidah begins on page 47 and runs through page 52. Don't confuse the Hebrew or the English and the words of your own heart. Remember to include the insertion of Ya'aleh ve'yavo for Rosh Chodesh when you arrive at it on page 50, page 47 through 52. If you are still davening, still praying your individual evenings Amidah, please by all means continue to do so. Otherwise, I'll invite us to rise once again as we turn to the Me'ein Sheva, a symbolic repetition of our Amidah, beginning with Vayechulu on page 53.
Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzivam vayechal Elohim hayom hashvi melachto asher asa vayishbod bayom hashvi mikol melachto asher asa vayvarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vaykadesh oto hivo shabbat mikol melachto Hiva Shabbat Mikol Melachto Asher bara Elohim Lasot Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rochel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Konei Shemayim Haaretz, Magen Avod Bidvaro, Mechayei Mitim, V'Ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh, She'en Kamohu, U'Meniach Le'Amo B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho, Hivam Ratzah Lehaniach Lahem, Lefanav Navod V'Yirah V'Fachad, V'Nodeh Lishmo B'Chol Yom Tamid, Ve'on habarachot el haodot Adon HaShalom V'kadesh HaShabbat U'varech Shvi'it U'miniach B'kedusha Ve'amedu Shnei Oneg Zecher L'Maaseh Bereshit
Page 54.
Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu V'Tzeivenu Chatenu Kadeshenu Mitzvotecha V'Tichakeinu V'Toratecha Sabinu Mitzuvecha V'Samachinu V'Yeshuatecha V'Taher Libeinu Li'ovdecha V'Emet V'Anchilenu Adonai Eloheinu V'Yavod Ratzon Shabbat Kodshecha V'Yanuchu V'Yisrael Mekadesh Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Continue with Kaddish Aleim on page 54. You're welcome to remain standing or be seated according to your custom.
Yikadav Yikadash Shemei Rabbah V'Yamad Yivrak Yosef V'Michal Chotei V'Chai Yecholim V'Chol V'Chai L'Chol Beit Yisrael V'Gav V'Sman Karivim Romein Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam Me'amaya Yisbarach Yisbarach V'Shavach V'Yitbarach V'Yirmah V'Naseh V'Dadav V'Dalav V'Dalash V'Nikusha B'Richu Le'elam Mikol B'Chatav V'Shiratat Tishb'Chatav V'Nechamatat Zamiram V'Yam Havim Romein Shigabal Zotan V'Zotan L'Chai Yisrael Kodam V'Hondi V'Shmaya V'Yim Romein Yehi Shlomo Rabbah Mishmaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'Yim Romein V'Yaseh Shalom V'Yimru V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen.
You're welcome to be seated. So this Shabbat marks not only Shabbat, but it's also Rosh Chodesh Adar, which means we are at the new month of Adar, in which we will be celebrating Purim in just under 2 weeks' time. And the sages say in the Talmud that Mi shenichnas Adar marbim b'simcha. As from the moment that we get into Adar, once the month of Adar begins, we are to increase in our happiness. I don't know if I'm alone in this. That's feeling a little harder today than it does than I can remember in other Adars, especially with the world as we have seen it and the heartbreaking funerals of Shiri Bibas and her little boys. It's been a tough week to say, like, okay, and now start getting happier. So I was struck this morning to come across a post by Rabbi Menachem Creditor, who was pointing out it's not just Adar, but this week we're also on Parashat Terumah, the parsha in which we're given the commandment to build the ark and the tabernacle and everything that will kind of surround the holiest piece of the pieces, the broken pieces and the whole pieces of our covenant with God, and carry that through the land. And Rabbi Creditor says our souls are the same way. Sometimes we have broken pieces, and sometimes we have whole and joyful pieces, and we are actually not just the broken pieces and the feelings, the downtrodden feelings and the sufferings and the despair, but we're also not just our whole the whole pieces and our celebrations. That in truth, our whole selves is both. And that even in times when we're feeling the broken pieces a little more present, we have to remember that God wanted us to hold all of it together. And he says that not only are we told to make the tabernacle, but we make the tabernacle so that God can be within us. Then quotes Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, who says that happiness is the certainty of being necessary. We tend to think of simcha, of happiness and of joy, as only the positive and the elation and the excitement. But happiness also comes from knowing that we have a purpose and that we have a place. And so I invite us this Adar, if we're not quite ready for the elation and celebratory joy, we're just at the beginning. and we're going to increase our joy. And so may we instead, at the moment, if this is where we need to start, focus on how can we find our spaces? How can we find our purpose? How can we continue to contribute to growth and to carrying holiness? And in starting there, may we eventually get to the full and raucous joy that we hope to have on Purim, when we'll welcome in our greatest Purim with our circus-themed Purim from the Greatest Showman. May we start right now, acknowledging the broken pieces might be there, but we have a purpose, and if we share it, that is a start to joy. I'll say Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov, and may we indeed marbim basimcha. And now I'll invite us to rise once again, and we'll turn to our Kiddush on page 55.
Savri Chavirai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafem.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon, hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'yetziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kiddashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshcha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinchatanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Remain standing for Aleinu, page 56 onto page 57.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu b'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samchokenu kahen, v'gorainu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu koroim, u'mishtachavim modim, l'ifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, shehu notei shamayim ve'oseh haaretz, u'moshe b'karov ha'shamayim b'ma'al, u'shchinatu zo, v'govei meromim, hu Eloheinu einon, emet malkeinu efes uvato, hakatu b'torato, v'yadaltayom b'shivota, el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim v'ma'al, v'al haaretz, mitzrachat, einod. Shahai o miatim lach lechavod, kagatu b'toratecha, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo
Be seated. As we turn to the Kaddish Yatom, to the mourner's Kaddish, we ask that God grant that the memories of those who've gone before us be a source of strength for us and for everyone in the house of Israel. May the souls of our departed find peace in God's sheltering care, and may we all be blessed with peace, tranquility, and the fullness of life. This week, we mark the yard sites. As a congregation, we remember the yard sites of Judith Berkowitz, Frank Chayworth, Naomi Frank Danik, Jordan Zimmerer, Howard Apt, Benjamin Goldberg, Mark Gorney, Robert Lavner, Nathan Balakirski, Paul Baskus, Manya Golubsky, Jean Horstein, Stephen Lewis Chilton, Ruth Lewis, Faina Nagel, Herbert Rubin, Sidney Filderman, Hilda Wahlberg, Phyllis Greenspan, Gladys Haber, Alfred Barry Wahlberg, Louis Golden, and Edwin Klein. I invite all who are in mourning or observing a yard site, or any for whom it's your custom to do so, to rise for Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei amaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitale ve'yitalal shemei dekudesha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who brings peace to the heavens grant peace to us, to all Israel, and to all who mourn. Be seated. This evening I'm going to call once again on the co-chair of our Social Action Committee, Abby Glassberg, to share some announcements with us. Kind of a lot going on, I think.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to everyone who has joined us online and in person tonight. Thank you to Mary Ann and Frankie and Ada for helping with the Oneg tonight. Beth Shalom is the sponsor of the Oneg. Beth Shalom's Mahjong group will be playing on Sunday from 2 to 4. Living in the Shadow of Doubt with Rabbi Greenspan begins Tuesday, March 4th at 7:45. Registration for the Shabbat Across America dinner on Friday, March 7th is open, but you need to register by this Sunday. So please register and join us for Shabbat Across America. The Greatest Purim Silly Symphony is on Thursday, March 13th at 7 p.m. Tot Purim with Dr. Nagel precedes this at 6:30 p.m. Interested in singing, playing an instrument, or helping decorate, please contact the office. Sisterhood needs help delivering the Purim bags between Saturday, March 8th and Thursday, March 13th. Please contact Scott Klein for more information. Join Temple Isaiah on March 15th for their Purim After Dark event. This event is designed for ages 21 to 45-ish, and Rabbi Greenspan is overseeing the kashrut for the event. Adult Education is hosting Tammy Gottlieb, a leading Israeli activist, on March 16th. She will share stories from her time fighting for democracy and equality in Israel. Also on the 16th, Sisterhood is hosting a movie chat via Zoom. Watch the movie Crossing Delaney in advance, then meet at 7 p.m. on Zoom for a cozy movie chat. RCP to the Sisterhood email address by March 14th. The Beth Shalom Talent Show and Silent Auction is on June 8th. Whether your talent is more suited to the stage or creating with your hands, we need your help. Check out our weekly email update for registration and information. For more information about our events and programs, please check out our website at www.beth-shalom.net. After Shabbat, please take a moment to follow and like Beth Shalom on Facebook, Instagram, and share with your friends and network. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, yes. Thank you, Abby. And I'll note the Purim After Dark event is at Temple Isaiah, but they specifically, it's a committee of multiple congregations, is specifically meant to be a community event. They just happen to have the space, to have offered the space. And Rabbi Weiss, the associate rabbi at Temple Isaiah, has been kind of heading a lot of the building of committee, but I've been on it, and it is a community-wide for any Howard County or adjacent, I suppose, Jews in that age range of 21 to 45-ish. So if you're in that age range or have friends and family in that age range, encourage them to sign up and to come have a Purim, an extra Purim party. Why have the Simcha end on Thursday when Purim ends? So it'll be after Shabbat on March 15th. For now, we can conclude, or do you have?
Yeah.
Well, for now, we'll conclude our service with Yigdal, page 62.
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishabach nimtza b'yeineh el metziuto echad ein yachid keyichudo nelamed gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo tanut haguf v'yeino guf lo naruch elav kedushato Almon l'chol davar asher nivra Rishon Rishit l'Reshito Hino Adon Olam Bechol Notzar Yoreg Gedulato U'malchuto Shefa Nevuato Netano El Anshe Segulato V'Tifarto Lo Kama Yisrael Kemoshe Od Nabi U'Nabi Tetmunato Torah Benatan Le'Hamoel Al Yad Elion Eman Beito Lo Yachal Yifa'el Velo Yamir Dato Le'olamim Le'zulato Ve'yodea Setareinu Mabi L'Sof Davar V'Kadmato Gomel Ish Chesed Yemifalo Noten Rashara Kerishato Yishlach Et Yamim Meshichenu Lidom Chayket Yeshuato Metim Yechael Baruch Hasto Baruch Hatei Shem Tehilato Metim Yechael Baruch Hasto Baruch Hatei Shem Tehilato. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see everyone in the room and on the Zoom. For those in the room, you'll accept my apologies. I'm going to let you share cookies and I won't share my germs. So I will not see you at Oneg. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We're on.
I'm going to slip it.
Hi, Jerry Lynn.
Hi, Jerry Lynn.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi. Uh-oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, good. How are you?
We're having a wonderful time. Our dear friend Biba is here. Hi. This is Biba, and she
Hello,
has
precious.